people like that. So, Paul was saying, deterministic effect on future. Absolutely. Yes. So I wanted to change gears a little bit. And one thing that Joyce was saying is that she likes your thoughts in terms of moving from awareness to preparedness. So I guess for me, and thank you, my Intel colleagues, to be here. Too many years at Intel, it's always about actionable and action, right? So what kind of advice do you offer? So how can we help, in our case, companies move from just I'm aware, but maybe I should prepare. So this path or this transition from awareness into preparedness, how can we coach people on how to do this better?
Ouch. It is difficult. It's actually on my mind for years. Part of it, quite honestly, was the reason why I put the book together, to explain the concept a little bit more, to make people understand why it is important, why it actually has an effect, why you actually can plan for the future and change what you're doing. I do believe there are a couple of ground rules. Just building a scenario of opportunities, coming up with early signals of change and just presenting them. I call that corporate entertainment, and we all love that. I mean, being embedded, immersed in a world that is different, that's fun. But if you then go home and say, okay, and tomorrow I'm working on the product that I worked yesterday on, then you essentially didn't take away the information. So an easy way, and I find it is almost too simple, but I think simple is always good because people understand what you're doing. Is and I present it in my book, but it's a tool that's widely used. Impact uncertainty chart or impact uh, the time frame chart, where you say, well, hold on. So this would be something that actually has a high impact on my operations, and this has a low impact. You should be careful with what is low impact because it's easy to say, well, that doesn't affect me. But nevertheless, so you take out the low impact, focus on the high impact, and you will find there are some things that are already going on, and perhaps you already kind of missed the boat a little bit. So here would be the clear, hey, we need to come up with a plan. Let's meet next week, discuss what kind of options we have, how we could address the issue. Then there are issues where you are aware, well, something is missing here. So this technology is not necessarily market ready. It's commercially perhaps not viable at this stage, but perhaps there's only a piece missing, or perhaps only a consumer segment that says, hey, I want to try this. So this is something where you monitor. So you have a list of monitoring technologies. It's an ongoing process where perhaps once a month you get together and you say, well, it seems like this is developing in a direction that it could become an issue. And then there is stuff that's far out. I usually describe that as a watch list where once a year you might do a little bit of a study if this has developed in a different directions. I do not want in this context to talk about wildcards, which is a completely different animal, but nevertheless, you actually want to sort your narratives, to go back to what I said before, on such a timeline and uncertainty chart, obviously in context of the impact they would have on your operations. And then you literally need to assign people to take care of it. If you do not assign it, then nobody will take care of it. So it is a crucial topic, and in a lot of cases it's painful because you assign potentially a task to somebody that might kill that person's product line. So it's very dicey to navigate. Nevertheless, um, in order to get preparedness and actionability, you need to assign the task. Important topic, though.